Oh, here's your Backstage pass.
Right, quiet on the set.
Action!
Welcome to Sedona's Backstage Pass with Shondra, presented by the Doll Group. This is your inside look into culture, curators, and creative artists. And now, your host, Shondra.
Welcome, my VIPs. You've got your Backstage Pass, and you are in. Get ready for some really fun behind-the-scenes stories. Of course, you'll never hear anywhere because you know a lot of these people, but you don't know who they really are behind the scenes of their business, of the face of who they are. Like, for instance, well, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you who the guests are. You probably read the description anyway. But remember, Sedona's Backstage Pass is live every Saturday at 10 a.m. here at KAZM 106.5 FM and 780 AM. And, of course, streaming on mellowmountainradio.com after the show, as well as on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, iHeartRadio. Just goes on and on and on. So, before we actually get into our interviews today, I want to tell you what's going on around town. Tonight, there's something really cool. I'm going to be attending this. It is the 7th annual World Peace Ceremony. I told you about it last weekend. I'm going to tell you again. It starts actually at 3 p.m. tonight, or today, this afternoon, till it goes till 8:30, and it's the Sedona Lantern Festival. It is tonight, okay, October 18th. And you can get tickets by going to the Sedona Mago Retreat.org. Mago is M-A-G-O, so it's Sedona Mago Retreat.org. It's going to be really great fun. There's live music. There's a dinner that you can participate in. You have to get tickets. That's why you want to go to SedonaMagoRetreat.com. And cultural performances. You're going to take in all the really unique spiritual energy. And there's going to be lanterns drifting across the healing lake. And it will carry our prayers. Really extraordinary event. I've never been before. I've heard all about it, and I'm going tonight. Tomorrow, I'm involved in something. I'm actually emceeing this with my co-MC, our little Dottie Dots, and that is the 5th annual Halloween costume parade. So make sure you register for this. If you haven't registered yet, because this is for Sunday, October 19th, tomorrow, from 10 to 12, at the beautiful Tlaquepaque Arts and Crafts Village. This is a fun fundraiser for the Humane Society of Sedona, okay? And you dress your dog up, and you get in the parade, and then later we have a costume contest, and we will have celebrity judges and all that fun stuff. For early registration, you can still visit humanesocietyofsedona.org, although, come to think of it, because you have to, this is last minute, you guys. This is tomorrow, so get on there. You got to do it, okay? Get on to, I'm going to give it to you again here where you can, I'm looking here. It's Sedona, visit humanesocietyofsedona.org. That's what it is, early registration. Or you could just show up. But I would get there early, like 9:30, 9:15, because we start at 10. All right, now. Oh, by the way, there's lots of booths and all kinds of fun stuff. Another thing I want to tell you about, I forgot to mention this. Sedona Ballet is the sponsor of our calendar events every week, and they're wonderful, wonderful organization, terrific. They are their mission is to showcase world-class performing arts, and they do it through dance and education of dance. So make sure you visit SedonaBallet.org. Always want to mention them because they're fantastic. And thank you, Minnie Wunsch. I should say Winnie Munch. Why do I always get that confused? I swear to you, I think I'm having dyslexic moments more and more. Winnie Munch is the executive director and the founder of SedonaBallet.org. Oh, my gosh. All right. Something wonderful is always happening at Sedona Film Festival. You can find out by going to SedonaFilmFestival.com. And besides all their wonderful indie movies, because they are the art house theaters here, Mary D. Fisher Theater, and of course the Alice Gill Sheldon Theaters. They're wonderful, play great movies. There's also a lot of events and concerts going on. Well, they are going to have the 32nd anniversary gala called the Enchanted Autumn Masquerade Ball on October 27th at 4:30 p.m. at the beautiful, exquisite Enchantment Resort. This is one of those opportunities where everybody can get dressed up in their best evening attire and wear masks. A real masquerade party. This is what it is. And there's going to be a reception, a dinner, live music, dancing to the band The Swing Tips, a live auction, a raffle. all kinds of wonderful things. So get your tickets by going to SedonaFilmFestival.com. And remember, while you're there, check out all the events that are going on, like, for instance, one that I'll be mentioning on my shameless Shondra spot. I'll wait for that. I'm not going to tell you now. I'll tell you in a moment. All right, that is what is going on. Oh, one more thing I want to tell you about. Sedona Arts Center has, of course, their Plein Air Festival. It is actually officially called Sedona Plein Air Festival. It takes place during the best weather of the year. We've gotten through the rain. I think we're on to good weather now. And the Sedona Arts Center actually has its roots going back 66 plus years of being here in Sedona. And this also is a wonderful event and a great way for you to donate to them by going to some of their events, like the DA Ranch Paint Out on October 20th, the Private Residence Paint Out on October 22nd, the Saturday Night Awards Ceremony, which there is no admission to, on October 25th, and October 26th is the Artist Games and Community Paint Out. You can find out everything about this wonderful festival at SedonaArtCenter.org. Okay, I am going to introduce my first guest today. Yes, he's the executive director of the Sedona Heritage Museum, which is just got tons of stuff going on this fall. I have to tell you, first of all, welcome, Nate Myers.
Thanks,
You've
Shondra.
got all the information. I don't even want to talk about it. I'll let you talk about it.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. We have a new addition, though. We have new additions, don't we, in the parking area.
Yeah, for anyone who's not been to the Sedona Heritage Museum at night, we work together with the city of Sedona, our good partners with the city, to install solar lights. So when you come to events that go into the evening past sunset, you'll no longer be stumbling around in the dark, hitting your key fob trying to figure out where your car is in the darkness.
Right.
There's lights out there now.
I know. So. This means that those of you if you remember how dark it was out there, now you don't have to worry. And you can go and see all these fun things that are happening, some of them in the evening. So tell us what's going on.
Oh, man, a lot going on. October really kicks off a busy season for us. October through December really gets kind of crazy.
I know. You're not going to sleep, are you?
No, I'm not going to get sleep at all for the next 3 months. Yeah, we've got our annual Arts and Crafts Fair coming up on October 11th. That's always a fun one with a lot of local crafters and artisans inside the historic apple shed. Some of them are set up there. Some of them are set up on the grounds of the museum, and it's always a really fun event to come and see what creative things they've made, what they're selling.
Love it.
Lots of great early holiday shopping can be done there.
Good. How about food?
We'll have food vendors. Yes.
Ooh, nice.
Yep.
Do you know who they are?
We're nailing them down right now. So it'll be a surprise for everybody who shows up on the 11th. But we've got some good options we're working on.
I love it. Okay, cool. So that's happening on October 11th. Mm-hmm. And other things. Let's see. Is it Michael Peach doing something? The great Mike
Peach. Yeah. He does his regular show every other month. First weekend in October, first weekend of December, he'll do his regular show, Oops. He redid it this year, and he's renamed it Oops. And it's met with a great response. I don't want to give too much away. You got to kind of come and hear the stories for yourself, but people are really, really enjoying his new show. And then also in October, the last weekend in October, he'll be doing haunted history. So telling some spooky tales from Arizona's history.
Yeah, now, for those of you who don't know Mike Peach, he is an icon here. I'll say that because I remember when we first moved here, Tom and I, in 2002, it was like Mike Peach was just really involved with the regional theater here. Saw him in a show with Jared McGuire and another actor in from Phoenix. It was fantastic. And just what a great actor. And so he's telling stories and he draws you in. Mm-hmm. It's really good. You've seen the Oops show.
Yeah, the Oops show is great.
Is it
you'll
funny?
Laugh, you'll cry. It kind of runs the whole gamut. It hits on everything. So it's a lot of fun. I've known Mike for a long time. before I came to Sedona, my old museum, we actually hired him to come down and do storytelling at my old museum. So I've known him for a long time. So good at what he does.
Isn't he great?
He's fantastic.
No, I've had the pleasure of working on stage with him. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, we've had so much fun. He's crazy. He's a crazy man. He is a little crazy, I will tell you that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he's nuts. He's nuts. But wow, what an incredible actor.
Yeah.
And those stories he tells.
And then the weekend before, so he'll do Haunted History the last, right before Halloween. And then the last weekend before Christmas, he'll be at the museum doing Christmas Carol.
Okay, I'm laughing because I remember. I have to tell. Can I tell a backstage story about Mike Peach? This is good.
It's your pod,
so I know, right? I'm asking you. Can I? What's on your time? But just briefly, I was in a show with Mike, and then there was Jeff Masters who stepped in at the last minute. Long story. We won't go into that. And those two were up to antics. There was supposed to be. It was called The Business of Murder. And I was an investigator, and so was he. And we were having a torrent affair, okay, in the show. Not in life, but just in the show. And so just to make that very clear.
Speaking out of school here.
Yeah, really make that clear. And so there was a mannequin, and it was a head of a mannequin. And then this head of the mannequin just showed up everywhere. In the dressing rooms. It was like, and these guys were up to no good. They were to no good. And Mike was... He was a major instigator. Just saying. Mike, if you're listening, you know what I'm talking about. It's crazy stuff. All right, let's move on.
I will say, too, about Mike,
yes.
One final thought on him. Like, he likes to have fun and that kind of thing, too. But he's very serious about the craft of storytelling, and he's very serious about making sure he gets the story right. And so, literally, just the other day, he was in the museum for several hours because he said, I heard this one thing and it was contradictory to the story I knew. And so he came in and he wanted to look at everything we had related to this so that he could get his story straight.
No, he's meticulous. Mm-hmm. When he does his backstories of characters and stuff like that, if it's a history, he's in there. Yeah. He's digging in. And
we're lucky to have him at the museum.
He's fantastic. Yeah. And he's also an author. He's got books, and he does have some storytelling.
Some albums, yeah.
CDs, right? Yeah. Is that at the museum shop?
Yep, we sell them in the museum store.
Good, wonderful. That's a great store, by the way. If you haven't been to the Heritage Museum, what's going on? You need to go there. Seriously.
Come on.
Come on. You're in trouble here if you haven't gone there. All right, what else? What else do we have?
Oh, boy.
I know in September, Tyler Carson started. At the end of September, he started his concerts, right?
Yeah, and those are going great.
It's great.
He's the Fiddler on the Rock.
Yeah.
It's a real fun show if you haven't seen it. I was aware of it, but I hadn't seen it until
Have you
came
seen
to the
it?
museum. Yes.
Fantastic, isn't it?
Yes. Tom, not to be missed.
Tom and I saw him when CBS was filming him at Posse Ground. Big deal.
Yeah.
And it was packed. And it was like CBS was there, did a whole thing on him.
Yeah.
And then I saw another concert. He's fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
Yeah, he's so talented and
entertaining.
really puts on a very entertaining show.
Yeah,
it's exactly right.
Fun to watch.
Yeah.
Got good stories.
Yeah, so that's he does this concert every Thursday at the museum. Tickets are available through his website.
Which is? I think it's Fiddler on the Rock.
I think it's fiddlerontherock.com.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And even if it's not, just Google Fiddler on the Rock and you'll find it. And that's every Thursday through December.
And is that in the Apple Shed or is that outdoors as well?
It has been. We talked about taking it outdoors, and so maybe you'll show up one time and it'll be outdoors because we've talked about doing it around the museum grounds.
Yes.
He's real excited about that idea. So
yeah, it's a lot of room there. Mm-hmm. It's really fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole area I know you're talking about is like on the back patio of the Jordan House. Mm-hmm. It's incredible. Love it there. All right, so that's going on. That's continuing. And then we get into November. And what do we have in November?
Ooh, the big annual Veterans Day.
Yes.
The event for the city that's hosted at the museum every year in the Apple Shed. And, I guess this is your invitation. Are you going to MC the event again this year?
Oh, Okay, I will. Yes, of course I'm going to
put you on the spot on the show.
No, I absolutely am going to be there. And I think Tom is going to be singing the national anthem.
Awesome.
So that's good.
Awesome. Always a hit.
It's always fun.
Yeah.
And it's packed, by the way. So make sure people start arriving early. It starts at 11. Get it? November 11th at 11. And
well, you know why that is, right?
Because?
That was the hour of the armistice. So it was the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, there you go. Now you have that information, and you want to get there a little bit early. I would suggest somewhere around 10:30, 10:40 at the latest, because there's parking. We do have a new golf cart.
We do. We've got a golf cart shuttle now. Instead of the little 2-seater, we've got a 6-seater. So we'll be able to help people park and get to the museum.
That's wonderful. I'm putting you on the spot. Can I take a ride on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Let's go cruising.
Yeah, there we go. That'll be really good. I mean, that day, I'll feel like a star. Tom can get on and he'll zoom up. Okay, so this is great. That's a lot of fun. A lot of politicians. We've had quite a few politicians that have come and gone, but some of them have, they keep coming back, and it's wonderful.
Our local politicians are always very supportive of this event, and we super appreciate their support.
Big time.
Last year we had our state representative came and spoke, Representative Wynn. I know in the past, before I got there, I believe the year before I got there, Senator Kirsten Sinema.
Yes, I was emceeing that one.
Yeah, so
that was something.
So invitations are out to all of them, and if any of them are listening, Representative Crane or Senators Gallego or Kelly, we'd love to have you. Yeah,
wouldn't that be nice? Of course, our mayor, Scott Jobla, will be there. And
of course, all of those federal representatives are all veterans themselves. So
yes, they are.
Them.
Yeah. And we have flags out. There's like a special exhibit, isn't there?
Yeah, the DAR puts out the flags in front of the museum every year.
And what do those flags represent? Tell everyone, because aren't those isn't that the veterans that live here, or is that isn't there something where we have an exhibit? Forgive me, I'm spacing out. An exhibit about nothing like that. Okay, we're not doing anything like that, but we've got the flags, though. We have the flags.
Yeah, the DAR puts out lines the sidewalks at the museum with flags.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, this is good. It's going to be musical, a lot of music. I'm working on the special guest for that right now.
Can't wait to find out who it is.
Me too. Because I'm working on it. I admitted I was working on it. Okay. See, you never know what you're going to hear.
Well, this will be fun.
This is like
we don't know what's going on.
Nobody knows, but come anyway.
Yeah.
Right? It'll be fun.
No, it'll be fun. And lunch.
And lunch. Oh, that's right. Yep. If you attend this event, you get fed at the end.
Yep.
And it's good. It's the Golden Goose. Are they doing this again?
They do it every year.
Oh, it's good.
They're
food.
Wonderful partners.
They are.
Yep.
They're fantastic.
Veteran owned.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally. All right. So now we're going to move from November. Oh, wait a second. You have something happening on November 15th.
Yeah, November 15th. We're new program, new partner. Kate Rose from Flagstaff came to us with this idea to host the Wild West Fiddle Project. And she was able to get a small grant from the city to put this together through their arts grants. And on November 15th at 4 o'clock, it'll be demonstration of various genres of fiddle music. It'll be concert, and it'll be line dancing.
Dancing.
You don't want to miss it. It'll be a lot of fun.
In the Apple Shed. How fun is this?
Yep.
I've always thought that line dancing would be great in there, or even like a hootenanny kind of thing.
Yeah, this will be kind of like a hootenanny.
Close to that, right? Does she play?
She plays. Yeah, she's a violin player. Yep.
How neat is that?
Or a fiddler, I guess we should say. Yeah.
Yes. That's
Fiddler in the Shed.
Cool. Fiddler in the Shed. The Fiddler in the Shed and the Fiddler on the Rock should get together.
That's right.
That'd be
a lot of fiddle music at the museum this fall.
That's right. I love it. It's perfect, actually. It's great.
Yeah.
Oh, and then, of course, in November, my gosh, we almost forgot. Dead Quilter Society's coming back.
How could we forget?
Revised version for those of you who saw it or you heard about it and you have to keep coming back apparently because now it's longer. It's an extended show. I've just finished 4 new songs that go into the show. We go into rehearsals we're rehearsing now. Yeah. Yes, so it's great. And then Dev wrote more to the script. It's wonderful. You're going to love it. So make sure you visit SedonaMuseum.org, right? Isn't that where we get the tickets?
Yep.
And also, we've got that new website, which we're excited about. We'll tell you more about it at the show. We're going to roll out some fun things.
Yep.
So that's November 7th, 8th, and 9th. And it starts at 4 with wine.
Yeah, we'll have a little reception beforehand.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
So, you come for the wine, and then you'll love the show even more because of the wine.
It's a great show even without the wine.
Okay, thank you. That's I would say yes, but I'm biased maybe. But anyway, yes, we start at 4 o'clock with wine, and then 4:30 the show starts. The best backdrop in the whole wide world. And if you haven't
Red Rock backdrop
if you haven't seen the show, you're going to come for that too.
Before we started the concerts with Tyler, the Fiddler on the Rock, that's one of the things he was most interested in was
that backdrop.
Being able to perform in the backdrop.
You bet.
And it's worked out really well.
I want to mention also Gail Edwards, the cast, should mention this. We have Samantha Sanchez. We have Dev Ross, the writer of the script. I'm in it. I wrote the music. We have Lisa Schatz-Galinsky. She's in it. She's fabulous. And the great Gail Edwards from the TV shows It's a Living and also Full House. And lots of other TV and movies and Broadway and all of it. And she's in it and she's brilliant.
She's great.
She plays Margaret Straught. And I have to say, I think she is Marguerite, I should say.
Marguerite. Yep.
Marguerite Straught.
Yep.
The founder of the Chapel of the Holy Cross.
Yeah. No, it's a great show, and seeing it with you, Shondra, and Dev is like seeing the original Hamilton with Lin-Manuel Miranda in it. So it's the same thing.
Thank you.
You don't want to miss it.
Oh my gosh, that is so. Thank you. Okay, all right. Mic drop. Boom. That's it.
We're done.
We're done. That's it. Thank you so much for that. Wow, that was fabulous. All right, so now we're going to move on to December. What's going on in December?
Yeah, December, in addition to Mike Peach's show, doing the Christmas Carol.
He does a Christmas Carol.
Yeah, Dickens classic.
Love that.
It's fun. He dresses up. It's always a lot of fun.
Does he play all the characters? I mean, does he do it in character?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
It's great. And on, I believe it's December 13th, second Saturday in December there, we'll do Merry Music at the Museum, which is... annual event, and we bring in musical acts. Shondra, usually leads a sing-along.
Yes, a lot of fun.
With classic Christmas songs and holiday music, and we get other local musical acts in there. We're still putting together the whole program. The whole program.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
The thing
it's not quite the word I was looking for, but we're putting it all together. So I don't want to speak for anybody this far out, but
I know. But you've had some wonderful choirs. You've had the from the Sedona Charter School at times. We've had those kids.
Yeah,
we've
had students. We've had community groups and instrumental, a cappella,
really good
vocal
stuff
with backing tracks. I mean, a lot of fun. We had Sheila and Reno last year.
Yeah, McCormick.
Yeah.
Oh, they're wonderful.
Yeah,
yeah, that's stand-up bass, and Sheila plays a stand-up bass. It's incredible.
And they had a banjo player with them one year, give a little bit of a bluegrass feel to our Christmas.
It was really
it's a fun twist. Yeah,
really fun. And there's food.
There's always food. There's always lots of activities to do. Yeah. So, and it's fun for the whole family.
And it's
free.
There's no admission charge. That's what's so wonderful about this.
Free admission for the museum all day too. So,
yeah. Oh, they get to do that as well. That's so much. That's very, very.
That's
cool.
a fun day.
Yeah. So, where can everybody find all of the information?
SedonaMuseum.org.
That's right. It's all that good stuff. So let's talk about events in the past. What would you say is the oldest event ever in Sedona?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. That's a really good question. You got me stumped. This is We found a hole in my Sedona knowledge.
Could it be St. Patrick's Day?
St. Patrick's Day certainly is the one that still is going on today. That's been going on the longest.
Yeah.
And when that started, I'm not even sure, but we've got pictures going back decades in the museum collection of St. Patrick's Day Parade, and they used to do it on 89A, if you can believe it. And they shut down 89A.
It's crazy.
And go through West Sedona.
Can you imagine? Of course, there was probably nobody living here at that time. Well, very little. Very few, I should say.
I'm sure the people passing through were annoyed enough anyway.
That's it. If you're coming in from Flagstaff, can you imagine? It'd be like, those St. Patrick people.
And, I should say, I mentioned West Sedona, but 89A in Uptown Sedona, too, was,
That's right.
Was a location for the parade. Now, of course, it's on Jordan Road.
Yes.
Stages from the museum.
Yeah. They block everything off. And of course, the Heritage Museum is in that parade. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
with
we put our fire truck out there.
Yes, I just got the old-time fire truck. It's fantastic. Yeah. It's all good. So what else? I know there was a rodeo here, not so much of a big thing.
Yeah, I don't know that the rodeo was like ever on like the RCA circuit or anything like that, but certainly the local cowboys, of which there were many, would get together at Posse Ground Park. It's part of the reason it's called Posse Ground Park.
That's it. That's the truth.
Show off their roping and riding skills.
Really neat, really cool. And now, of course, there was Day of the Cowboy for years, and you're still doing some of that.
We still commemorate it. Yeah. I guess there used to be more.
Well, yes.
I heard that somebody was telling me recently that there was at least 1 year an attempt at a parade. And
yes,
the neighbors didn't like that.
I remember that. I was working that day. Tom and I were singing up there in characters, and it was crazy. Well, we have run out of time. I can't believe it, but then I do, because your stories are so great that everything just flies by every time you're here. The time goes. So thank you, Executive Director of the Sedona Heritage Museum, Nate Meyers. Thank you so much, Nate.
Thank you.
And remember, Sedona Heritage Museum, you want to know more? SedonaMuseum.org. All right, stay with me.
You can taste it in every bite. For over 30 years, Chef Lisa Dahl has redefined what it means to dine in Sedona, serving soulful, handcrafted cuisine inspired by love, artistry, and community. From the wood-fired kitchens of Mariposa to the couture flair of Butterfly Burger, every experience is elevated, every ingredient intentional. To learn more about Lisa Dahl and the Dahl restaurants, please visit cheflisadahl.com.
Need a clean car fast? Come to Cleaner, Quicker Car Wash. We'll have you sparkling and back on the road in minutes. Whether you're after a quick shine or a deep clean, you'll get top quality service, eco-friendly soaps, and smiles all around. Drive up, shine up, and feel good, all without slowing down your day, and look like a star in your car. Located in West Sedona on Highway 89A. For more information, visit cleanerquickercarwash.com.
Here's more of Sedona's Backstage Pass with Shondra, presented by the Dahl Group.
I am so excited to have my next guest on. She is a powerhouse. You're going to get to know her a little bit more than how you know her. She is the owner of Medically Yours Medi Spa in West Sedona. And I just want to welcome you, Stacy Davidson. Thank you for being on my show.
Absolutely. I'm thrilled.
It's so much fun. So you were an RN, and specifically, I understand that you worked in pediatrics. You're like the director of the pediatrics department. Where was that?
I was recruited here to be the coordinator of pediatrics from Texas, where I had been a pediatric nurse for 10 years. And then when I became a nurse practitioner, I returned to the hospital and was the director of mother-baby obstetrics and the neonatal nursery in my last position before I left the hospital.
And that was where again?
That was at the local hospital here at Verde Valley Medical Center.
Oh, my goodness. I had no idea. I would never have known that. Wow. But you are a Texas girl, just like I am. Mm-hmm. And I can talk like this anytime I want to and get away with it because I'm from Texas. Amarillo.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. We've got a couple of Texas girls around here. Debbie Johnson of Cleaner, Quicker Car Wash is Texas.
Yes.
She's Texan. Yep. Powerhouse women, I must say. I'm not just saying about me. Every Texas woman I know is a powerhouse. Now, this is why I wanted you on my show, because you're fabulous, number one. And number two, you help entertainers. We have to look good. We have to show up and look good. And your Medi Spa, you've got Botox, you have all kinds of treatments, including body sculpting. Now, I work out. You really work out. How long have you been working out, by the way?
Well, I've always been working out, but I mean, I got really serious about my body sculpting goals about 4.5 years ago.
4.5 years ago. Okay. It shows. If you're on Facebook, look up Stacy Davidson. I've been seeing some reels, and you look phenomenal. You're like, I mean, it's amazing. I love it. So now tell me about this. How can you help, let's say, somebody who does work out and you're doing the body sculpting? What is that exactly?
Yeah, so body sculpting is a really unique type of treatment that can be offered in our office where we can really maximize what's possible for you. A lot of people go to the gym and maybe they're able to maintain where they're at or make some slow progress. You don't always see people making astounding progress because we're aging. And so body sculpting can really be part of your journey because we now can use magnetic energy to create something called a supracontraction, which means that it's more than you can do on your own. It's not possible to do this type of workout independently.
Wow.
And that has to do with how many cycles of energy go from the muscle to the brain. So we magnify that capacity, and it would create, for example, in 4 sessions, let's say you're doing your abs, hypertrophy of the muscle by 25%. That's seen over a period of 6 months.
Wow.
So it's something you can do for yourself to really give yourself that edge. And what's so wonderful about it is, I'm talking about abs here, but you certainly can do your quads, and you can do all the muscle groups. You can do your hamstrings. You can even do your pelvic floor. And these types of muscular treatments are so valuable because we know that the quality of life for the remainder of your life is centered on your overall muscle mass.
Right.
The size of your quads and your grip strength. So those are 3 things people can really focus on in terms of improving the quality of the remainder of their life. And that certainly is very valuable to anyone creative.
I'll say.
Because we're always looking at, how long will I be in the biz, right?
Exactly.
How long will I be relevant? How long will I be active and ongoing?
Yeah.
And those types of signals to the brain are vitally important.
Right. And you've got this thing. I've done it, everybody. I think I told everyone about this earlier on. Can't believe that it's been... What has it been? Let's see. We started in May, June, July, August. My gosh, it's almost been 5 months. Okay. Actually, it's almost been 6 months of podcasts. And I came to you and did the Exo Mind treatments. And I think it's 6 treatments or 7.
It is a series of 6 treatments that's recommended in order to create neuroplasticity in the brain. And that is on the left prefrontal cortex of the brain, which is your emotional regulation center, your executive center, where you learn and where your memory is held, where focus and attention are held, and the quality of your sleep.
I see. Well, I will say this. I'm sold. I wasn't dreaming for a while. And then I did these treatments. And after the very first treatment, I started dreaming. I used to have these vivid dreams. So I'm back. I'm back dreaming now. It's a good thing. And I have to say it's helped my creativity as well. So how in the world did you get from being an RN to what you're doing now? I know it's a process, but what was that shift like for you?
Well, I set out to be a nurse practitioner. Excuse me. So it was like fulfilling life's purpose.
Okay.
And really that's what I think creativity honestly is becoming who you truly are. So it was a natural process. I took a long route, so to speak, and I'm happy for every piece of the journey because there's not one piece of the transformation that doesn't contribute to, greater than the sum of its parts each day. So
true. Yeah. So you're in Texas and you decide to come to Sedona. What brought you to Sedona?
The beauty.
Oh, really? Did you get Red Rock fever? Did you come here and you go, I got to move here?
Yeah.
You did?
I came here, I got a job, a daycare, and an apartment in 2 hours, and I went home and gave my notice.
Oh, my gosh. When was that? You said you've been here for 25 years, so let's figure it out. It was 2000?
Yeah, it was July of 2000.
Wow. Big defining moment there for you.
Oh, yeah.
Like all of a sudden you're like, I'm going to move here.
Mm-hmm.
And you found things right away. So that's when you know it's like a Sedona thing, right? You find it. It's meant to be. You're right there. It's all so good.
Yeah, it just unfolded.
I know. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. So you've been there ever since. And then when did you get into having your own space, doing these kinds of, having this different kind of practice?
Well, in my former marriage, that person was an entrepreneur. That was Mark Smith of Salon Virtue. And he was interested in bringing something like that into the salon, even for personal reasons, because he's very creative and he wants to look great.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course.
And all the other, we had, I think, 11 or 12 stylists at the time, and they all wanted to look great. So I went and took the class.
I love it.
And while I was gone, he built his room for me. And although I was in graduate school at the time and I was working, I would do it part-time in the beginning. So I grew it really organically. I grew the business very, very slowly over time.
That's wonderful. I love it. So, it was so good, just so good. It is. Now, if you go to the office, there's no salon there now, and it's all your space and different rooms, different technicians as well. And you're the main one, though. You're the one. I'm like, I want Stacy. She's the one. She's the one. So, okay, so you got into this, and did you use it as well before you decided to go in? Like, what was it like for you the first time you had Botox? I've never asked you this.
Oh, that's a really good question.
Was it scary? Some people get scared. I was a little nervous the first time I ever had like a little injection. Mm-hmm. I didn't even have that much.
Scary.
It wasn't scary? No, because you were like...
No, I was so curious, I mean...
Okay.
I think fear really comes when we aren't really... when we have some kind of value conflict, right? I didn't have a value conflict about it. There was nothing to really be afraid. I'd educated myself well, and I had gone and with my medical director at the time, and I've saw her inject loads and loads and loads of people before I attempted to open my own place. So I felt very prepared.
Right, but the very first time you had it, what was that experience like? You help people by telling them. Yeah. Was it good?
It's kind of funny. Sometimes you remember particular treatments or particular meals or particular types of things, and other times you just remember who you were with. And for me, it was more like remembering who I was with.
Who were you with?
I was with my medical director. She treated me.
Okay.
Yeah. And
cool.
So, and I don't think the wow is during the treatment. The treatment itself is really anticlimactic. It's a little bit uncomfortable maybe and a little prickly or something. And then you don't see anything. So even to this day, I always laugh that, it takes about 5 days for the magic to happen, right? So each day passes, days 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're thinking, I'm not sure if this is going to do anything. Right. And on day 5, you wake up, and it's the Holy Grail. So it's like, oh.
Yeah, it is like the angels coming out like trumpets and the whole thing, Well, when you have Botox for a while and then you don't have it, you go, oh. That's when you go like, Oh, yeah, because we notice the difference. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. I think it's really important for you to feel good about yourself. This is one of the things that we do. We get our hair done. We dye our hair, some of us. No, I'm not actually a natural blonde. And now I'm not even a natural brunette or light brunette, or even a blonde for that matter. So it's good to feel good about yourself, and that's really important. Do you have all ages come to you? I'm curious.
Of course, yeah. I don't have anyone coming to me, obviously, for Botox in a really young category.
Right.
But generally, by the time someone, although it is growing younger, some girls will want, very minor changes, minor treatments, maybe a lip flip or a little eyebrow lift or something in their late 20s. Usually by the time people are 35.
That's when they're starting to come.
Mm-hmm,
yeah, right. So now, you were an RN. You're fully invested in traditional medicine, obviously. Mm-hmm. When did you start to now move towards something? Because all of this, the Botox, all of that, that's still very, that's medical, right? But you have these other things that you're doing. Like, I remember when you had the egg. Anybody out there, when you're listening, have you ever been in, what do you call them officially? What is that?
That's a sound chamber.
A sound chamber. Okay, that's very cool. Tell us about this, because I never got a chance to try it.
Well, Sedona's really, you, of course, are an entertainer, and you do lots of musical and wonderful things. So you probably know better than most that sound can be very therapeutic.
Absolutely.
Right? And so sound therapy is certainly not a foreign idea here in Sedona, and it has to do with vibratory benefits, which would include all kinds of therapy, to include, other things than sound, to include acupuncture or color and things like that, because they're all truly vibratory in nature.
Absolutely, they are.
Even when you look out at the Red Rocks, you can't deny the vibratory nature of the color and the vibrancy of the nature here in Sedona. But sound therapy itself is something I've been very interested in, and I do offer an individualized sound therapy type of treatment where we can find your exact harmonic that places your brain in a homeostatic state to downregulate stress and to benefit and vibrate certain aspects of your brain to different brainwave states.
I'm going to share with everybody here. This was, for me, an extraordinary experience. So I went to you, Stacy, and you found my tone, my specific tone, okay? And in that, there were like 6, I think, or maybe even 7 different, same tone, but just a little variance. And when I say tone, you're actually hearing a tone. And you put your ear sets on and you're listening to this. It's a waveform and some other stuff that was in there. Like you had some beach or waves, things coming in there. But the tone is ever present. I wrote 5 songs listening to that tone, which ended up being in Weird Detention, the movie. That's crazy cool. I've never had that happen. I'm literally listening to a tone and I'm getting all these lyrics in my head. I'd have my phone near me. One night, I think I actually wrote like 3 or 4 songs right there. I'm in a meditation, and it all came in. Music, too. So it was wild, and I know that stuff works.
Yeah, so the magic there is that your nervous system selects that tone. So it's not something that you think your way into. It's something that's revealed by a real-time heart rate variability. And then we create a harmonic out of that so that it's pleasant to listen to. Right.
So if any of you are interested in that, I highly recommend that. I don't know of anyone doing quite that kind of work here in Sedona. It's very unique. You're still offering that, yeah?
I do.
It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend. And by the way, those 6 or 7 different variations, you're very slight. You don't really hear it too much with the audio just with your own hearing, but it is going in subconsciously, right?
Right. So there's 22 different recordings that you can actually have. I think
22.
You may have 6 or 7.
Yeah.
But, so there's 22 different brainwave states that can be captured with that same tone. So then that creates a binaural beat that resonates to that brainwave state.
Okay.
To achieve resonating certain structures in the brain.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, it worked for me. I still use it. I still do. It's wonderful at night. It's like a 30-minute thing that you just listen to. It's great. So now, what's coming up? Tell us about this. You have some specials going on. People want to take advantage of that.
Yeah. So with ExoMind, that's kind of taken this vibratory nature to a next level, where we're using magnets to resonate deep structures in the brain about 9 centimeters in. Like I said, really resonating and creating new opportunities, neuroplasticity. So it creates new neurotransmitter receptors, new dendrites. A lot of people are using lots of different things to do this, but what's so wonderful about it is that when I put you on a real-time heart rate variability and place you on the ExoMind, it does very similar things to finding your own tone. It places you immediately in this homeostatic state, and that downregulates stress, and it stimulates the vagus nerve to such an extent that not only are you creating neuroplasticity completely chemical-free, but you're creating a state of harmony in the brain that's really what we call novel, meaning it doesn't occur in nature in a state like that for an extended period of time, like 24 minutes. So our brains are always moving toward homeostasis. So that is always the case, always true, and that is part of our major detoxification pathway. But being able to consciously place yourself again in a state where it's more than your body can naturally do unassisted makes it exponentially better.
That's great. Wonderful. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So this all helps with creativity, and it helps you to relax and sleep well, which creates more space for creativity and clarity and all that good stuff. So you have any specials going on? You want to tell us about any of that?
So anyone can come and try the ExoMind as an introductory, so we don't charge you to try it.
Oh.
And so that's really wonderful. That is a $500 value, but we feel really important to share this type of technology with everyone who's interested, because people would never guess to ask for this type of technology, that it can be chemical free, that you can drive home, that it can improve your sleep that very same day, that it can begin to create neuroplasticity within 24 minutes. It's completely non-painful, etc. So I like people to know that it's available, and I'm happy to share it with them as an introductory offer. So then if you were to purchase a package, the package would be of 6, and because I believe so strongly in it, and the ongoing use, because yes, we can get great results with 6, but 9 would be better.
Okay.
So you would get the first one at no charge, and then you would get 2 additional ones, which I call like the annual package. So you would have 2 additional opportunities to come in and continue to grow in this neuroplasticity opportunity by doing 2 additional sessions. Maybe you have some big gig coming up. Maybe you have some public speaking thing. Maybe you have a huge test that you want to take, or maybe it's just social even. You're going into a family reunion and you feel socially awkward. This really helps a lot to do with that emotional regulation, executive functions, and social capacity because we know as we age, that becomes more limited.
It's wonderful. I can't believe we've already run out of time. It goes by so fast. Thank you so much. I want to let you know, everybody, check it out, medicallyyoursedona.com. You can find out about all these things that we talked about. Stacy Davidson, thank you so much for being here. I love the fact that you're right down the road from the station, right in West Sedona. It's 3190 West State 89A. Medically Yours. Thank you so much for being with me, Stacy. I'll be right back. Stay with me.
You've explored the trails, stood in awe of the red rocks. Now, discover how Sedona became Sedona. The Sedona Heritage Museum tells the story of Red Rock country, from ancient cultures to today's vibrant community. It's interactive, family-friendly, and open year-round, indoors and out. Sedona Heritage Museum, preserving and sharing the soul of Red Rock country. Plan your visit at sedonamuseum.org or call 928-282-7038.
Take a deep breath, then let it go. At Sedona's New Day Spa, your escape begins the moment you arrive. Enjoy luxurious massages, rejuvenating facials, and native-inspired body treatments. Every moment is designed to restore balance and renew your spirit. Voted Sedona's Best Day Spa, this is more than self-care. It's your sanctuary. Book your experience today at SedonaNewDaySpa.com or call 928-282-7502.
When your project demands precision, experience, and trust, turn to Sefton Engineering Consultants. From expert civil engineering to construction management, we deliver real-world solutions that stand the test of time. With over 30 years in the business, Luke Sefton's team is committed to getting your project done right, on time, and on budget. Sefton Engineering Consultants. Reliable, experienced, personal. Learn more at SeftonEngineeringConsultants.com. Here's more of Sedona's Backstage Pass with Shondra, presented by the Dahl Group.
What fun. I love these stories. That's the best thing about this whole podcast is all built around getting to know people behind the scenes. Do you hear that? You know what that means? That's right. Time for my shameless Shondra spot. Well, here's something fun coming up. I know I didn't mention it in my calendar events. On purpose, if you want to do something to celebrate Halloween and all the fun stuff that goes along with that, which is scary stuff, I'm going to be on stage with two wonderful actors on October 30th, okay, at the Mary D. Fisher Theater, October 30th at 7 p.m. Of course, you can get your tickets at SedonaFilmFestival.com. And if you don't want to get them in advance, you can try and get tickets at the door. It's only $20. And let me tell you who's in it. Susan Obijeski, who is the producer, is one of the actors. He will be reading, and also Jared McGuire and myself. Jared's an awesome actor, by the way. What are we doing? Well, we are going to be sharing stories, very scary, very intense stories of Edgar Allan Poe. So the event is called Poe in Perpetuity, and it's only one night only, okay? And afterwards, we have a Halloween costume contest out on the courtyard out there, you know, right where you usually wait to get in to the Mary D. Fisher Theater and the Ellis Gill Shelton Theaters. So dress up. Get into your best Halloween costume. Let's have some fun together. Thursday, October 30th, 7 p.m. at the Mary D. Fisher Theater, Poe in Perpetuity. What a fun show. I love doing this. This is so much fun. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Remember that if you miss a show, you can always go back to mellowmountainradio.com. You'll see them all archived there. You can also go to Spotify and find them there, Sedona's Backstage Pass, and Apple Podcasts, and so many other places, Pandora Radio. They're all there, all archived. So be sure to do that. And we are always on Saturdays at 10 a.m., I want to thank my sponsors. Because of them, I can do this show. That's the Sedona Heritage Museum, Sefton Engineering, Cleaner Cricker Car Wash, Sedona New Day Spa, Sedona Ballet, and my presenting sponsor, Chef Lisa Dahl of the Dahl Group. Thank all of you so much for being my sponsors. And of course, I have to thank my engineer and producer, Ryan Thompson, because he always makes this show sound so excellent. And the owner of KAZM 106.5 FM and 780 AM, Chuck Helstein. Thank you, Chuck, so much for all that you do. So we're going to sign off right now, but make sure you get your VIP pass out again every Saturday at 10 a.m. for some more fun stories behind the scenes at Sedona's Backstage Pass. See you next Saturday.